Hello and welcome to the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. Today, we are continuing my series on how each NFL team can win Super Bowl 52 and succeed in 2017. And today, we'll be discussing the Cincinnati Bengals, and I think I like the Bengals this year. Now, can they go all the way to the Super Bowl and win it? That's the tough conversation, but I think they can if they do three things. Let's start with the first thing, the first key for the Bengals to win Super Bowl 52. A good rookie class. Now, I already like it on paper. We start with their first round pick, John Ross. Okay, I'm a big John Ross fan. He was my number 2 wide receiver in the 2017 NFL draft. An absolute speedster who beat Chris Johnson's 40-yard dash record at the Combine. But he is not just a go route specialist. This is a guy that can run the entire route tree that I saw at Washington, even though they don't play the most pro-style scheme. And a guy that I think is going to find success in the NFL for years to come. He's not just Ted Ginn, just like a deep threat, Deshaun Jackson. I mean, he is like Deshaun Jackson, but to me, he's a lot more. I think he's closer to T.Y. Hilton than Deshaun Jackson. So look out for this guy, man. I think he's going to find success this year. But this is the big question. Andy Dalton. When you're throwing to John Ross, you have to throw over him to where he can run under the ball and catch it and run for extra yards. Do not underthrow John Ross or you will have trouble there. Also, look at the other rookies in this class. How about Joe Mixon? Now, you can believe what you will about Joe Mixon off the field, and that's fine. On the field, he's a pretty damn good player, and he's going to add a nice dimension to the running game in Cincinnati that, to me, has become stale with Jeremy Hill and Giovanni Bernard in the past couple years. He should add something. But how about the 3rd and 4th round picks? They added Carl Lawson in the 4th round. This is a guy that was really talented at Auburn, but had some injury issues. They also added in the 3rd round Jordan Willis, the defensive end out of Kansas State. So a pair of defensive ends, and they just need one to be good, right? Just one of them be good and start opposite of Carlos Dunlap. To me, I'm done with Michael Johnson. We know what he can do. He's getting older at this point. Move on. We need either Jordan Willis or Carl Lawson to step up and start opposite of Carlos Dunlap and find success consistently going after the quarterback. They also drafted wide receiver Josh Malone out of Tennessee. And now this Bengals wide receiving core ain't looking bad. You got A.J. Green, you got John Ross, you got Taj Boyd, you got Cody Core, and now you got Josh Malone out of Tennessee. So I'm looking at this Bengals team the way it's forming. They also drafted defensive tackle Ryan Glasgow out of Michigan. On paper, it looks like a great rookie class, but in order to get to the Super Bowl 52 and win it, they're going to have to get pretty damn good production out of them, to me. Key number 2. The offensive line is going to have to protect Andy Dalton. And in years past, this was not a problem. Remember back when you guys had Andrew Whitworth and you had Andre Smith when he was good at your tackle positions. In the center, in the middle of your offensive line, the interior, you had Kevin Zeitler, Russell Bodine, Clint Bowling. Everything was good. We had nothing to worry about. Now we have some things to worry about. We knew the exodus was coming, and it has come. Okay, Andrew Whitworth is gone. Now you have Andre Smith back, but he ain't as good as he used to be. And he was never great anyway, but now he's even worse. Okay, my God. You're going to have to start Cedric Ogbuehi, okay, and Jake Fisher at your tackle positions. They're young, and they're not great. And you guys knew that. You guys knew when you drafted them that they were raw, and they were going to need help. And you drafted them knowing that, hey, eventually they're going to have to take the mantle and start. So likely you're going to have those two starting outside. Now, perhaps you can have Andre Smith winning the right tackle position or someone else that I'm not expecting right now, but that looks like to be the situation. That concerns me because Ogbuehi's been awful thus far in his career. Fisher, same thing. You lost Kevin Zeitler. That hurts. Okay, Clinton Bowling, Russell Bodine getting older at this point and seem to be less effective. This offensive line is concerning me. And Andy Dalton needs protection. He needs weapon. He needs everything to find success. He's not bad. I'm not saying that he's bad. I like Andy Dalton. But in order to get to the Super Bowl, man, he's going to need a good offensive line. And right now, it doesn't look great. So they're going to have to step up. They don't have to be great, but they have to be good. And right now, they don't look good on paper. That's key number 2. And key number 3 Andy Dalton just has to step up when the playoffs come around. They do those two things, okay? They get a good rookie class in, the offensive line holds up, and I'm assuming the defense will remain where it is. I don't think the defense has to be great. I think this offense could be really, really good. So I'm just focusing on the offense, honestly, because I think the defense, we already know what we're going to get from the Bengals defense every year. Even last year when the Bengals defense, or the Bengals team, I should say, wasn't that good, the defense was still decent. I'm not worried about the defense. I'm worried about the offense, okay? And Andy Dalton, if they do those two things that I mentioned, those keys, they're in the playoffs to me. Now, Andy Dalton, when they get to the playoffs, step up, okay? It's all on Andy Dalton. When they get to the playoffs, Andy Dalton has to step up, period. Because you can look at this and that and look at Vontaze Burfict and say, oh yeah, Vontaze Burfict lost us that playoff game. And I know A.J. McCarron was playing, okay. And you can look at years past though, okay, and the Houston Texans, when you guys faced them in those games, Andy Dalton just didn't put up enough points. He just did not put up enough points. Now, A.J. Green, okay, also could get some blame, but to me, he got open plenty of times in those games deep down the field, and Andy Dalton just could not deliver when he needed to. So I look at Andy Dalton and I say, okay, this guy's going to have to step up, man up, put on his big boy pants and say, okay, I'm tired of losing playoff games. Remember that horrible run against the San Diego Chargers where he just ran up the middle of the field, he dived and then fumbled the football all on his own? That's a choke artist, okay? You cannot defend Andy Dalton there. And I like Andy Dalton again, but in order for the Bengals to win the Super Bowl, he's going to have to grow up real quick. Okay, real quick. And I like him too. I like Andy Dalton. I keep saying that. I sound like Donald Trump. I like Jeb Bush. But he's got to step up, okay? And I think he will. Okay, I think if the Bengals get to the playoffs yet again, I think he'll win at least one playoff game. Now, 2 or 3 or 4, I don't know about that. But at least one, I think it's time. And if he fails yet again, Marvin Lewis, his job could be on the line, and Andy Dalton, his job could be on the line too, but I think the Bengals would stick with him. I don't know. We'll see if we cross that bridge when we get there. So what is my official prediction on how the Bengals will do this season? You'll have to stick around and subscribe for that, as I will make my Cincinnati Bengals 2017 season preview in July. So again, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. And I'm out. Peace.